Imagine a world where a single bomb could silence the entire planet. No phones, no news, no way for leaders to talk to their armies. This was the terrifying reality of the 1960s. During the height of the Cold War, the United States lived in constant fear of a nuclear strike that could wipe out their centralized communication systems. But from this fear came the greatest invention of the modern age. It wasn't created so you could scroll through social media or stream movies. It was created as a weapon of survival. This is the story of ARPANET, the military experiment that accidentally gave birth to the Internet. In the early 60s, communication relied on circuit switching. If a single hub was hit, the whole network died. The Pentagon's ARPA needed a solution, a network with no head. They found the answer in packet switching, where information is broken into tiny packets, each finding its own way. By 1969, the theory was ready for a test. 4 massive computers at 4 different universities were connected. These were the first nodes of ARPANET. On October 29, 1969, a student at UCLA tried to send the first message. He typed L, and it arrived. He typed O, and it arrived. Then he typed G, and the system crashed. The first message was simply LO. It wasn't perfect, but it proved that computers could talk to one another. Throughout the 1970s, ARPANET grew, used by researchers and scientists to share data. 2 names became legendary, Vint Cerf and Bob Kahn. They developed TCP/IP, the handshake that allowed different computer networks to join ARPANET. On January 1, 1983, every computer on ARPANET switched to TCP/IP. This is the official birthday of the modern Internet. The military project was becoming a global infrastructure. By the late 80s, the military side split off into Milnet, leaving the rest to the civilian world. Soon after, Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web, giving us the visual interface we use today. It is history's greatest irony. A technology for surviving nuclear war ended up bringing the world together. Today, we take the Internet for granted, but every time you send an email, you use an architecture born in the Cold War. We've come a long way from the LO message of 1969. The question is, where will this connectivity take us next? If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. We're exploring the history of the world's most important inventions, one video at a time. Thanks for watching.